Do you have an MTH engine running on the BlueRail app in DCC mode, and when you press the short horn button, this happens? Well, I'm going to show you how to fix that. When you open up the BlueRail app, there are some basic command functions available, like light, bell, horn, and direction, to name a few. There is also a function menu with 28 total functions available for the user. Even though DCC is supposed to be a standard for all to follow, some developers do not assign all of their functions to the same numbers. For instance, BlueRail, Soundtracks, and NCE assign function 1 as the bell, function 2 as the standard or longhorn, and function 3 as the shorthorn blast. The MTH developer, however, assigned function 3 as the startup shutdown sequence. So in BlueRail, when the user selects the shorthorn icon, the engine will start up or shut down depending on what the sequence is in. This can become frustrating and difficult to remember if you run more than just MTH engines in DCC. The good news is these functions can be reassigned to any function number that you want. This next part may seem confusing, but if you write down the numbers you need and take your time, you can reassign your function buttons in no time. In your MTH engine manual, you will find a DCC section that identifies the 28 functions available. On the next page, on the right-hand column, you will see those same 28 functions and the configuration variable or CV number that they are assigned to in DCC. Our goal today is to swap F3 startup shutdown sequence CV120 with F24 single horn blast CV162. Always make sure you're changing the low byte selection. In case there's any confusion, MTH sometimes calls this a short horn and other times calls it a single horn blast. Know that these terms are synonymous. On the next page, you'll see the corresponding function identification code for these two functions. These are the numbers you will type into CV120 and CV162 to make the swap. The next page of the manual provides a 4-step instruction to change the function CV, and then 4 more steps for the second function CV. I actually printed this page out and hand wrote in all the numbers I'm going to be working with so I could follow these instructions and avoid confusion. Okay, let's get started. In the BlueRail app, we'll hit the gear icon. And here in the settings menu, we'll hit the gear icon again to go to CV settings. You want to click on the plus sign and expand all the CVs and scroll down till you see CV120. Click on the white box, erasing the number that's there if you have to. And you're going to type in 18. Click apply, and then up at the top, click on write. You will see some text down below that shows CV120 has been changed to 18. Next, scroll down to CV162 and enter in the number 24. Click apply and then write again. Click on back button twice to come back to the main BlueRail menu and open up your function menu. The startup shutdown sequence and the short horn have been swapped, but the labels for those buttons haven't. Now you have to open the menu up a little further by swiping to the left, and you'll be able to type in the name short horn where it says startup shutdown. You'll also notice a toggle button. If you click on that and move it to the left, that will enable one click to activate the horn instead of a double click. And you'll see I'm moving some other of my favorites over to one click only. That's really convenient. On the second page of the function menu, I'm doing the same thing by moving some of my favorites over to a one-click. And now here is the short horn blast. I'll need to type in startup shutdown. This will be my new startup shutdown icon or menu item. And that's it, we're all done. There's only one little caveat to all of this. When I'm using the function menu, I can single click on the horn blast and get a single horn. However, if I'm using the short horn icon, the third icon down from the top, I have to double tap that in order to get the short horn blast. Unfortunately, there's not a way to eliminate that double tap on the icon, but you can eliminate the double tap on the menu item by clicking that toggle switch. Well, let's test it and see how it works. Go into our menu, and we'll try our new startup button. One click turns it on. If we close this, our short horn button should also work. No longer does the startup shutdown on that button. Remember, that needs to be a double tap. And if we come into our menu here, our short horn button should work here as well. Just on a single tap. That's all there is to it. I hope you have luck with your changes too.